Shows I would hate to live in.
You know, growing up, just like movies, I always wanted to be on TV. And again, not like on TV, more like in the show. But now that I've wised up, I realize I don't want to be in any of these shows. These shows would be terrible to live in. And that's what we're going over today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be going over some shows I'd absolutely hate to live in. And don't worry, I know everyone doesn't watch every show, so I'll try and tell you everything you need to know before I explain why I'd hate living in them, all right? And in the end, I'll go over one of the shows that I would not only hate to live in the most, but also
Stranger Things. I agree with that, low-key, like heavy.
And without further ado,
Chainsaw Man. Understandably,
Chainsaw Man
bro.
Gotta be one of the worst shows to live in. And I'm saying this as someone who loves this series. Like, I really do love it, bro. The movie made me cry. But please keep me away from the show. Before I even talk about it, let me give you the rundown like I said. If you've never seen it, Chainsaw Man's is anime where we follow this teenager named Denji, who after getting murked by some Yakuza members, comes back to life with the ability to release chainsaws from his body and becomes a devil hunter. And you see, that's where the problem lies in this show. Not the chainsaws coming out the body thing. That probably would hurt though. But the devils. The world in this show is full of them. And these things are the worst. The devils in this show are pretty much human-hating, human-eating monsters that come from fear. Human fears. Each one of them being a different concept. Concept? What do I mean? Well, let's take for example something I'm scared of. Dolls. I don't rock with them. And neither do a lot of people on Earth. I ain't alone. And in the Chainsaw Man world, this fear we have for them would be enough to create a doll devil. But only one.
Oh,
you following? No. So now imagine that whole process I just said, but for like every single thing ever. I mean it too, everything. A car devil, a doctor devil, an awkward silence devil. Anything could be a devil as long as people are scared of it. But that's not even all of it, because since the devils in this world come from fear, it only makes sense that the strongest ones are not only the most feared, but they can gain or lose strength depending on what's going on in the world. New Conjuring film drops, Ghost Devil gets stronger. Inflation goes up, unemployment devil gets stronger. Ceasefire happens, Israel devil gets weaker. Message! It's such a cool power system, but like, I'm admiring it from a distance. I don't want to live there. It would be terrifying. You don't know when they could randomly strike. Imagine you just chilling at the crib one day in the living room, minding your business. Oh, wow.
And the airplane devil just, you know, drops a bomb on you with the bomb devil, Reze. Just explodes your house. Or your coffee just explodes. Or your coffee just like starts burning everything in the house. The coffee devil. Like
it's a really nice day outside. The gun devil just sneezed and blasted away your crib in 5 cities. And they don't even gotta be to that scale. Even if you get rolled up on by a barely scary devil, you'd probably get packed. You're human. And in that situation, dying wouldn't even be the worst part. It's the aftermath. It would be embarrassing. Imagine my homies come to my funeral asking what killed me. Did they say what got him? Yeah, they said it was the cheese devil. There's hella lactose intolerant people. It probably could. And that's not even me mentioning devil contracts. I'm not even gonna get into that. Like I said, I love this show, but Chainsaw Man is horrible to live in. But I'd rather live in Chainsaw Man than to live in...
I've never seen the show.
Some of y'all may know this show, some of y'all may not, but the ones that do know. For as vibrant and as colorful as this show may seem, it has a dark undertone. Like, this show is prison. This show is an indie animated show where we follow this group of people who are trapped in a video game, The Amazing Digital Circus. They put on these headsets one day and were transported into the game, and now they're stuck. So it's kind of like Sword Art Online, minus, you know, the weird brother and sister stuff. And I think the reason for this one is pretty straightforward, guys. Why would I ever want to be in this situation? Why? If I'm in here, I'd literally be trapped. Trapped as a goofy looking video game character, which by the way, can one of y'all draw me as one? I want to see what y'all think I look like. With no memory of my name and forced to go on daily adventures by this lunatic AI that's running the circus. This junk is horrible. And that's not even all of it, because if, or should I say when, I eventually lose my mind in this world, I'll abstract, which is pretty much the equivalent of death. You become a giant digital monster and they pretty much toss you in the basement forever. This place is terrible, and that's just episode 1 stuff. When you combine that with the stuff we learned in the latest episode...
Didn't the Amazing Digital Circus like movie come out like recently?
Man, this place is purgatory. Only bright side about this place is the people you're stuck with are pretty chill. Like hanging out with Kinger or Zubul would be dope. And there might be a way to get out. I know after the latest episode it's not looking like it, but I still believe. Unless it's like that one Black Mirror episode where instead of being a real person trapped, you're actually a copy of someone real, but just in the game. That'd be messed up.
That'd be crazy. Oh, I would hate, and when I say hate, I mean hate, to live in It Welcome to Derry. it can literally be anything. Your biggest fear. Actually, no, not anything. Your biggest fear. It could be your biggest and baddest fear, right? It could really also be anything. We learned that too, but it's, dude. It. There was even I remember a scene in It Welcome to Derry where a like there was a girl, right? And she was like in her bed or something, and then her bed transformed into her like dead mother, and then her dead mother like birthed her again. Like it was like crazy, bro. It was nuts.
So I just finished watching the show, and let me tell you something. If I'm not stepping a foot in Chainsaw Man, you couldn't get a follicle of me in Derry. Before I even get into it, if you don't know, this show in simple terms is a prequel to the movie
Derry,
It.
bro.
You know, killer
So
clown
scary.
named Pennywise, likes to eat kids, but just based in the 1960s, where we learn a little more about him and, you know, see what this goes up to before the 80s. And the special thing about this show is, this is the first show on the list to have multiple reasons why I would never ever want to live there. First of them obviously being this dude Pennywise. A lot of y'all may know I've spoken about this guy
Also
on
the
my
people
channel
too. The
before,
people in
saying
It
how I
Welcome
beat
to Derry
the
are
white off his
crazy.
skin and bully him to death. But y'all,
No,
I
it's
don't
not
know
easy.
what happened in those 20-something years between this show and the movie, but this dude in the show is way more terrifying than it.
Dude, It and Welcome to Derry was so much more menacing. He was like, that was like prime. That was like his prime.
In the
I think.
movie. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I don't know what happened, but this dude glued down those 27 years. He's washed. The difference is insane.
Yeah.
Like in the movie, yeah, he'll do some scary stuff.
He would have
like
done it, like,
transform
already.
into a creepy painted lady or a giant lumberjack statue. But in the show, this guy will shapeshift into your
chat.
deceased mother and make her give birth to you again. Oh, what the y'all see what I mean? This dude in the show is different. Stuff got so scary for the kids in this show that these kids started
They're
popping
tripping.
pills to avoid being scared of Pennywise. Like,
Actually.
this is ridiculous. Why didn't I think of that? Point is, if you living in Derry and this dude got an eye on you, just hang it up, bro, because it ain't
Jeez.
even up to you.
It's
You
GG's,
gotta
bro.
just pray this dude thinks you won't taste good or he's just not hungry today. And that's another thing that's bad about this. Since you a kid, even if you go and tell people you seen this dude, they not gonna believe you. You a kid, and it's the 60s. Even if you tell your parents, they ain't gonna care. These is Cold War times, baby. World War III can happen any second. Ain't got time to be worrying about your kids. But that ain't even the worst about Derry, because even if you don't run into Penny, like I just said, let's not forget, this show is based in the 1960s, which, in my opinion, might be even worse than dealing with Pennywise. Because aside from the fact that there
Yo, I
wasn't
think it
much
was
to
like
do in the 60s besides, like, I don't know, smoke cigarettes indoors. Let's remember, these times
It's
were not
very
the safest
racist.
for colored folk. And this show showed
Yeah.
that very clearly. Like,
It's
I already
crazy.
knew how bad the racism was back then from what I learned in US history. But seeing it on the screen, bro, these motherfuckers was really racist. Like, shockingly racist. I don't want to dive into it too much.
Dude, I'm gonna dive into it a little bit. In this scene, bro, there was like in the show, there was a scene where they were like having a little party at a military base, right? It was a bunch of like African American people, right, in a military base, and they were like having a little party, right? You know, drinking, having fun, whatever. The kids were there as well, and then a bunch of white dudes just like slid on them and started shooting the house up, or shooting like the little place up, and then like setting on fire. It was crazy.
But if you want to know how bad it is, there's a scene in the show where this one guy gets wrongfully accused of murking 3 kids. And when he's given an opportunity to clear his name by just saying where he was the night of the incident, he refuses. Yeah, he refuses in fear of getting into more trouble, which just had me thinking, damn, what could this guy have been doing that could get you into more trouble than triple homicide? You want to
Fair.
know what he was doing? Hanging out with a white woman. That's all he was
Yeah.
doing. Well, a little more than just hanging out. They got a little more buddy-buddy than that. And she was married. But still, that probably has some of y'all thinking, why wouldn't he just say that? An affair is clearly not worse than murking 3 children, right? And you're right. That would definitely not get you in trouble today. But in the 60s, if the wrong group of white men get wind that their abusive buddy's wife had relations with a black man, they grabbing a phone book, grabbing a rope, grabbing their robe, and then after that, They ride at dawn. Yeah, this junk used to be a death sentence. Do you know how ridiculous that is? Like, killing someone because your wife wants them is already stupid enough. But doing it off the basis of race is just even more stupid. Because does that mean if it was a white dude sleeping with his wife, he would have just been cool with it? Ah, go ahead, honey. F him all you want. Yeah, keep me out of dairy. This place is the worst, bro. The crazy part is there's even more messed up racist stuff that happens later in the show, but I don't want to spoil. So when you combo that with freaking Pennywise, yeah, this is going to be horrible. I'm still whooping the movie version of him though, don't get it twisted. But the show version, if he had my friend Hostage like he had that one dude in the first movie and I told him to give him back and he told me no, yeah, keep him, bro. I'll make new friends, it's good. And now for the show that I've been wanting to talk about for a minute.
Stranger Things. Stranger Things is a good
No
one,
need
bro.
to introduce
Not
this
gonna
one.
lie,
Everyone knows this show, Stranger
like,
Things. Now look, I really like
live in
this
this
show, but as much as I
show.
like it and as much as it's been beloved for years, and I mean years, this show has been out since I was an 8th grader. You know how insane that is? I went from being pretty much the same age as these kids to now I'm freaking 6 years older than them.
Bro.
That's crazy. As much as I like it, if I had a choice, I'm not living in Hawkins, Indiana. I'm not. From season 1 through season 5, this place has been the epicenter of so many problems, it's not even funny. Season 1, you got a Demogorgon, which is pretty much a monster running around trying to eat you. Season 2, you don't have a Demogorgon, but you got Demo Dogs trying to eat you. Season 3, you got the Mind Flayer, townfolk possessed by the Mind Flayer, and Russians after you. Season 4, you got Vecna, who's pretty much the one running the whole operation, going after you. And then season 5 is just season 4, but he's stronger now, and everyone got 25% cornier. This is horrible.
No, actually.
And the main cast is the ones that have to deal with all of it. And I'm gonna be honest, if I'm in their shoes, I don't think I'm making it. Not as a main character.
Yeah, no,
whether it be death or me running away, I wouldn't last.
I would run away,
Matter
bro.
of fact,
I'm
I'll go
not
down every season and I'll tell you every moment I would have called it if I even made it there. Season 1. The second me and the gang find out Will is missing and find his little girl near where he went missing and she got superpowers, yeah, deuces. Peace out. Unless it's me getting...
Honestly, season 1, I think it would have to be like... No, man. Forget, bro. What happened in season 1? I think season 1, I would be like, I think fine until the Demogorgon, I think. Dude, I'm not rocking with no Demogorgon, bro. Or no, I think when the vans pull up outside the house to get 11, I'm not doing that, bro. I'm running, bro. I'm gone, dude.
And those powers, peace. Season 2 will start doing that hallucinating neck touching stuff in front of me.
Nah, bro, I'm out in there right there too.
Especially if I ever see him cough up a slug. Forget about it. Then season 3. See, season 3 is unique because at first it'll seem like everything
Love
is
season
smooth.
3.
You know, it's the summer. 11 closed the gate last season. Milfs is chilling at the pool and stuff. We good. But the second I see we got Russia involved in our business now, Russia, a world superpower, is involved in our business.
Same.
Season 4, I don't even gotta see anything really. I probably won't even make it to Vecna. Because when I hear the description of Chrissy's body after what Vecna did to her, yeah, I think I'm gonna...
Dude, Chrissy's body, bro. What happened to Chrissy was like so gruesome, dude. I remember watching it for the first time and I was like, there's no way that they're gonna make the season like way gorier. And then they just like snapped every bone in her body and it was like, bro, what just happened? Like it was just like some crazy shit.
Sit this one out, y'all. And then season 5, man, after the stuff we went through in season 4, anything is enough for me to dip at this point. My guy, Max, is in a coma. So the second I hear Dustin say some corny stuff like, I want to see Vecna's heart on a platter. Are you serious, bro? What are you gonna do about it?
Dude, season 5, I will stand on this to the day I die, bro. Season 5 was the worst season out of all of them. It was so bad. The whole season sucked. Like, I would say like the first 3 episodes were good, but the rest just so bad. Everybody was so corny. The plot just like wasn't good. They killed Vecna way too quick. I would say like in the last episode, they killed him way too quick. There was no stakes. There was no stakes to it. You know what I mean? Like the stakes weren't there. Like nobody died. Nobody, was at risk of dying at all either. 11, like, if no spoiler warning, 11 like dies, but she's like alive in their minds or like still alive or something. It was like some dumbest show ever. Like the ending was so bad in my opinion. The rest of it was good though. Season 4 was good, I would say, but Season 5 was not it. It was
Bro, I'm out.
they
And that's just
fumbled it
being in
hard.
the main cast. Even as a regular person in Hawkins, not a part of the main cast, I'm not willing to be here. Because if I'm not in the main cast, that means I don't know anything about what's going on in this world at all. So imagine if I'm in season 4 and I hear that Vecna clock. I'm not gonna be prepared.
Yeah,
I won't even know what's
GG,
going
bro.
on. I'm gonna just be like, hey, that's a neat looking clock. And it's gonna be like
Yeah,
that every
GG, bro.
time because I'm a curious guy. Doesn't matter what situation I'm in. A main cast member, a main cast parent, a civ. If I'm in Hawkins, Indiana, I'm finished. Even if I'm born straight into Hawkins lab and I'm one of them telekinetic force wielding children, I'm gonna just get freaking slimed out by Henry, so it don't matter.
Actually.
Man, you couldn't freaking pay me to be in Hawkins. Even excluding all this upside
that.
down Vecna
It's
stuff,
not worth it.
I still don't want to be there. Not only would I, let's be honest, probably be a nerd, so I'd get bullied, but also there's a chance I'd be friends with the main cast, and I don't want to be friends with the main cast. Yeah, it might sound crazy because all of them seem cool and all,
they are
but
cool,
I've been
but, like,
noticing
dude.
patterns, and I can confidently say these
It's
dudes
toxic.
are some snakes. Who would
Yeah,
want to
it's
be in a
toxic,
friend
bro, I'm
group when you
telling
got dudes like Will trying to take his homegirl's boyfriend, and dudes like Steve who's
crazy.
trying to take Nancy away from Jonathan, who originally took Nancy away from him? You think I'm gonna be cool with these dudes? You must be
Yeah,
out of your
bro,
mind.
it's
You
hella
can't have
toxic.
in this friend group, especially if it was like the Steve, Jonathan, and Nancy situation. I'd be pissed. I'm too insecure for that.
For sure.
Let my girl bandage up her ex how Nancy was bandaging up Steve last season in the Upside Down. I'm gonna be heated when she come back. You like him or something? Why you would just let him bleed out? And you might say, oh, that's only 2 or 3 people out of the whole group. And to that I say, that's 2 or 3 snakes too many. Let me put it like this. If you had a batch of 10 apples, right? And out of those 10, 2 or 3 of them could take your girl from you, you probably not buying the batch, are you? That's all I'm saying. I'm not willing to take the risk. These dudes cannot be my homies. Still love y'all though. At the time of recording this, season 5, volume 1 is only out, so I don't know how it ends yet. Maybe it'll give me more reasons to want to live there. But I have some predictions. Spoiler warning, because these might be accurate. I don't know. I'm kind of a genius. Starting with a crazy one. Someone's gonna die. Not for real though. I think
Wrong. No one dies. Except for like 11's sister that we didn't see for like 3 seasons.
Robin and Steve are probably gone. I'm not gonna lie.
None of them die.
I see it coming. Robin and Steve are too beloved, and they can't keep Steve in the show, bro. He's gonna take Nancy away from Jonathan. Number 8, I don't think she'll die, but
She's dead.
maybe. I mean, it might be Punisher for giving us the most boring episode of the entire show.
Nobody cares,
I'm still
though.
standing by it. That episode was boring. I actually find it funny that after her reveal in the last episode of Volume 1, all of a sudden, hella people like this episode. Like a bunch of y'all just came out the woodworks and said, yeah, the most boring, most random episode in the entire series that had no point in the story until 8 years later. Yeah, that one was always my favorite. Like y'all just lying. And I think they gonna try to make Vecna good. Honestly, I think that's the direction.
Doesn't happen either. Vecna gets slimed out in a different dimension in 3.5 minutes by 11 and Will's mom. And mind you, he had a like Power Ranger mech that was like a spider monster or something, and he was controlling it the entire time. 11 slimed out the spider monster, and then he got his head cut off by Will's mom. I don't know.
We're going in. The way he was looking at that cave makes us feel like he has like some dark memory with it, and I'm not here for it. Okay, I don't want to sympathize with someone who killed mad kids, unless it's like Darth Vader. You know, that's a little different. That's pretty much all the shows I wanted to go over in this video, and y'all know what to do. Comment down below which show you thought was the worst, and comment down below some shows you'd hate to live in. And don't worry, this video is definitely getting a sequel. I could talk about this all day. Make sure to join the Discord, follow my. I could talk.
All right, chat. There you go, Phoebe.